Austin is sad. Team USA tied today, 1-1 against Wales. Should have won, but that's in the past. This is a football podcast, so we're gonna be talking about football today. Welcome to this episode of the K&A Football Podcast. Austin and I today will be recapping the Week 11 games. We'll be here. There was a lot of stuff yesterday, so we'll get you caught up to speed going into next week. It'll be a fun time. This is K&A Football.
Welcome to the K&A Football Podcast. It is the end, almost the end, of Week 11. There were a lot of ups, downs, roller coasters of emotions, and games that shouldn't have gone the way that they did. But regardless of that,
Keep going.
look, if you can't see, guys, the technical difficulties are real. This podcast trucks on nonetheless. I'm trying to be very poetic in my words. Anyway, so this is the second take of the intro because Caden did a very nice intro. It's pretty cool.
Wait, did we not get my intro? No.
This is the new intro. Caden did a very nice intro that you will never see. The light of day will never shine upon such a thing. And it got deleted into the ether. Gone forever. So this is the intro now.
Is my wife? Dang.
Man, I guess you're going to have to come over here and we'll share a microphone for the episode. This is the most interactive.
Now it's working.
Oh, it's on now?
It's working now.
Should we just redo this?
We're live.
Okay, shoot.
We're live. Anyway,
Well, let's go.
Debbie, ready? This is K&A Football.
I'm not going to redo the intro.
You have to redo the intro. Please tell me you redid the intro.
This is K&A Football.
That was the most smooth intro. Or are we muted or something?
Debbie, are we back?
All right.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Why we have the
So we are gonna have to apologize after advance, I guess. You guys already had to listen to that. So we were supposed to get here. I mean, we got here at 6, and we're
not
supposed.
Caden.
Right, I forgot.
We agreed on 6, and Caden decided that 6 was not what he had.
I forgot. So
Caden forgot.
I got here at like 6:10, and then we were supposed to restart recording at like 6:15, 6:20, and it is currently 7:03 because I don't know what to call it. The podcast website OBS decided to not work, so we had to spend a long time with Debbie mad behind the screen, yelling at the computer, punching the computer, putting holes in the walls.
Yeah.
Very angry mode while Austin and I were
Cowering
tossing
in fear.
Oh, right. Tossing
Yes.
football around.
Talking about football, because
Right.
that's all we do.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's
We're
our whole
the
lives.
football elves, and Debbie's the podcast elf that apparently abuses his computer.
But that had to have been the worst intro.
Doing so much to help.
That had to have been the worst intro in the history of K&A football.
Hopefully that's the worst intro we've ever had.
I'm going to be
If
listening.
we ever have worse,
Oh
we're just
my.
gonna delete the episode and restart.
I had to listen. Tomorrow at work when I listen to this, I am literally gonna just like burst out laughing. That was rough. But apparently, my first intro did not get recorded, so I did say in that Austin is in a little gloomy of a mood today because
Not that gloomy.
Team USA men's soccer tied Wales today in the World Cup, who they should have beat.
Yeah,
I think. And
Yeah.
so, but it doesn't matter because we are a NFL, American football podcast.
Not the good football. If you're not watching, I got the crisp United States jersey on.
But yeah,
pretty
we're going to get into the NFL recap.
Yeah, let's get into our recap.
A real football.
The K&A Week Recap.
Okay. So here's a recap for week 11. Again, like you said, can't believe it's week 11. Time seems to fly. We only have, 7 weeks left of the regular season?
Oh, man.
Which is a little crazy. Is that better, Debbie?
No,
Other way, Debbie. Did I fix it? Did I fix
Yeah.
it? Did I do good this time?
The technical
Oh,
the
the
technicalities of this
technical
episode are
difficulties
through the roof.
Yeah.
It's a rough start. It's a rough day today.
Okay, let me just explain myself here. Okay, so basically, the application decided to kill itself, and so that's why everything's messed up. So if you can bear with us, we're gonna try our best to get through this together.
Yeah.
Me and you,
We're
Austin and
here
Caden,
together.
we're all here together.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh wait, one more thing before we do get into the pick'ems.
We're never getting into the recap.
No, yes we are.
This is just one of those random podcasts that like guys in their 40s do and they drink beer together. This is what this is. We're just going to talk about random stuff. So anyway, Caden, how many 5-year-olds could you feasibly take on?
Oh.
Or what, no, I was like, if they're attacking you, how many could you take
Stop.
on?
We're legit. Stop. No, so we did. There was an auction. Who knows how long ago? Oof. There was an auction at Evermore Community Church.
Yeah.
Plug to Evermore. There was an auction there, and a guest feature for the podcast was on there.
Yeah.
And it sold
It did?
to a guest who shall remain nameless.
Yes.
Have we said who it was? No, I don't think
we
so.
have not.
So, a guest bought the feature, and we, assuming all things go as planned, he should be on for this week's Pick'ems episode this Saturday, as long as everything goes to plan. We will keep you updated on the Instagram, so make sure you're following us there at KA_football.
Plug.
Yes, sir.
Shameless.
And we'll go live that day. It'll be fun. Should be fun. But now into the actual recap. We already talked about
this game. Let's talk about the major game, the game that means the most. Yeah, you did. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
This is the game that means the most that happened this week. United States v. Wales.
All right, skip to the next game.
So in this game, the United States dominated possession for the majority of the game, and that's what really matters in soccer or football. But unfortunately, we scored a really great goal. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check that out. Christian Pulisic with an awesome through ball. Put that one away. It was great.
Skip 10 seconds if you don't want to hear this.
Then second half rolls around and Wales kind of dominates possession of the second half, which kind of sucks. The referee was literally throwing out yellow cards like it was his job. Spoiler alert, it is not a referee's job to throw out yellow cards. This guy, the only reason he's reffing is to throw out yellow cards. He gave out 6 this game. It was ridiculous. Okay, then Gareth Bale allegedly gets fouled in the box. It was a foul. Penalty kick. He equalizes, and this is what we ended up with.
We have just lost all of our subscribers.
Oh, now on to the worst kind of football. All right, so
Are you saying this running an NFL podcast?
here I guess we have the Bears and the Falcons or something, and I don't know the Falcons. What? No, I'm kidding. Caden, go ahead and you can talk about this one. I've talked enough.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I say it every single week. But I hate, capital H, capital A, capital T, capital E, how the Bears are setting up Justin Fields. I mean, he is phenomenal week in and week out now. But he has no weapons on offense, and he has horrible defense. He's scoring 39 points in back-to-back weeks. Now he's scoring 24, which should be plenty enough to win an NFL game. But their defense is so bad that the Falcons just scored 27 points on you. And they lose. And now Justin Fields is hurt.
Yeah, Justin Fields got hurt in this game, which I'm sure hindered his ability to some extent to do what he's done the last 2 weeks and rush for every single yard that the Bears have. I think the difference that I saw in this game opposed to other ones was in the last couple games that they've been close on. There's been optimism. Right after the games, they're like, man, that really sucked. We were this close, but we were that close, and we weren't supposed to be this close. We're doing way better than we thought we would. We got this next week. That was the attitude of the last couple of games that were close. With this one, it was just frustration. It was disappointment because there's only so many times where you can be close before it just becomes a disappointment and becomes a mindset of failure. So that's an unfortunate thing to see from the Bears, especially from the coaching staff. Some questionable play calls, in my opinion. I think that you do need to set up Justin Fields for more success, but in the end, it just didn't get done. And if you let the Falcons score 27 points, I don't know, you're doing something wrong, man.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the Bears are in kind of the complete opposite of a situation than some other teams, where a lot of teams are they seem like they're just a quarterback away, while the Bears only have the quarterback.
Yes.
So it's the complete opposite, which both situations aren't good to be in. I mean, you want to have obviously the full team to be able to win a game, but at least they do have the proven quarterback now. He's looking like a superstar. They just got to build around him.
Yeah.
So they should be good like, in years to come. Just right
Just
now.
for this year, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for any Bears fans that exist out there. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this was Browns at Bills, except the Bills weren't at home. They were in the Lions Stadium because it decided to snow, like 4 feet of snow in Buffalo. So they moved it to the Lions Stadium. And actually, very smart on the Bills' end. They chose to take the away sideline and the away locker room for this game because they are in Detroit on Thanksgiving as the visiting team. So now they've had this Sunday on that sideline in that locker room, and now they get it again on Thursday on that sideline in that locker room.
I did not even think about that.
I was like, Bills, you're kind of genius for that.
I wonder, do you know, are they just staying in Detroit this week?
I don't think so. I think they went home.
Really?
I mean, it's only like an hour away. Like you just go across Canada and it's right there. Detroit and Buffalo.
I know, but like, I mean, you're there, practice at the...
Yeah, but I think they went home. I have actually no idea, but I assume they went.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense either way, but...
Yeah. Anyways, the Bills won 31-23. The score was actually a lot more...
Yeah.
The score was worse than this.
Yeah.
The Browns scored like a last 30-second touchdown and then kicked an onside kick that wouldn't matter anyway.
And they almost got it.
They almost got it, but it really wouldn't have mattered in the end. But, I mean, we lost. Like, the Bills are just a better team all around.
The Bills were asleep in the first...
They were. I'm not going to lie.
quarters.
I got excited in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I don't know why, but for some reason, we're actually in this game. And then the Bills scored right before half, and then they scored after half, and then they just kept scoring, and it turned into this.
That tends to be how it goes with the Bills, but yeah.
Other fun fact, this is the first time a home team in Detroit has had a winning record since September of 2019. Good job, Bills, bringing that stat around. Can't wait for Deshaun Watson to come back, but Jacoby Brissett's not doing too bad himself. Next game, I'm sad.
Oh, let's just go to this
Hey,
game.
let's go to the next sad game. Talk about it, Caden.
All right. So we're going to keep with the weekly trend for our Monday episodes. Last week, I was like, we can still win. Let's win. Let's try to make the playoffs. And keeping with the yearly schedule, let's tank. Let's lose. It's probably going to change again next week if we're being completely honest. But obviously mathematically we're not out. But the season is over for the Panthers. They're behind. They're last in the division. The Bucks are seeming to find their groove.
Yeah.
To make sure that they win the division. Atlanta is still winning games. Why go mediocre, get a mid pick, or lose and get a top 3 pick, get a quarterback? Panthers lose yesterday. Baker Mayfield, terrible quarterback. We have an incredible defense. Holding Lamar Jackson to 13 points with Baker throwing a bunch of interceptions is great. Great defense. But, we can't score. Baker, 3 points. A whole game. That's Zach Wilson stuff right there. But
we'll get to him later.
Yeah.
Don't
But
spoil.
the Raiders won yesterday, so we jumped down. We now hold the 2nd pick. I don't think we'll pass the Texans, unfortunately. I don't think that they're going to win a game. They're really struggling. So if we can just hold it here, we can get a top 2 quarterback. I don't see why you go mediocre and miss out on one of those guys and stay with a Baker or PJ Walker. Then you're just mediocre for years to come,
Yeah.
But I think, the Panthers said they aren't sure who they're starting at quarterback this week. Literally, they said they could start Sam, they could start PJ, and they could start Baker. So it's literally that's when you have a QB problem. I think you said it last week. When you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. I think you said that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Panthers have 3. So what does that tell you? So personally, I think they should start Baker. I think he gives us the best chance to lose. So let's ride out with Baker.
I think Sam gives you the best chance to lose.
Yeah, but he'll have a game here or there where he just decides to become Mahomes. And he actually looks incredible. And then the next game, he throws 7 interceptions. Baker's going to consistently score you 3. Sam Darnold, one game will get you 30, and then the next week will get you 0.
Yeah. But, good job, Panthers, holding the Ravens to 13.
That's what I'm saying.
That's mildly impressive.
kind of the exact opposite of the Bears. Like a quarterback away for the Panthers, all the Bears have is a quarterback. So it's like,
maybe you should get Justin Fields.
hey,
I know you would not be
I
upset
would
about
not
that.
be upset about that whatsoever. But
You'd actually be the happiest person in that trade.
I would have a Fields jersey the day before. But yeah, good job, Ravens. I guess scored 13 points.
All right. So I think I told you guys last week. Did I tell them?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I told you guys that I made a bet with a certain somebody that Jeff Saturday would not have a job in the league as a coach next year. I bet dinner on it. Jeff Saturday almost just beat the 8-1 Eagles, which is kind of scary because I think I might be buying someone dinner. Because if you can almost
a nice steak dinner.
I hope we're going for like grandma's spaghetti dinner.
You go to
where we're going.
McDonald's.
Yeah. You get a $5 biggie bag and we'll split it. Look, not only did they almost beat the Eagles had to go on a game-winning drive in order to beat the Colts, which isn't like, the Colts had to put together their last drive, and of course they're the Colts, so they mess it up and they don't get it. No, they were ahead, and the Eagles had to come back to win this game, which is very impressive. Good job, Jeff Saturday. I don't know what happened to the Eagles. They obviously lost last week and now a close one this week. I mean, they're 9-1 now, which is good for them. Is that the best record in the NFL now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So good for them. But that was really, really close.
I mean, yeah, the Colts did play good. They jumped out to an early lead, and they just played great defense throughout. But I also think the Eagles just really struggled. Like, they might...
Are they for real?
I mean, we were saying all this stuff where, you can't control who you play. The Eagles are obviously for real. Maybe they're not as for real as we think. Maybe they're not frauds yet.
Sure, they're not frauds.
Yeah, but maybe they're not as legit as everyone was saying. No one's saying they're an awful team. Maybe they're not...
I mean, obviously they're not an awful team. They're 9-1.
Yeah, but
I mean,
they're
9-1 is like, that's really good.
But maybe they're not the dominant team we all thought. I mean, losing to the Commanders by a lot last week.
Yeah.
And then...
I mean, there's obviously room for off games. It's like you can still be that fantastic team, but you just have an off game. You don't play...
Yeah.
And that's just is what it is. You're going to lose some games here and there. That's football. But it raises some concern when you lose to Washington and then there's a close, really close, 1 point close one
with
against
a really bad
very struggling Colts team.
Yeah, normally you'd expect, you just lost the game when you were undefeated. You're going to come back with a vengeance the next week and you're going to go crazy.
Right. We said this was the worst thing that could have happened to the Colts. They lost last week.
Maybe not. Maybe the Colts. Maybe Jeff Saturday is just a great coach, and he's he's coaching up this Colts team, and they're...
Yeah, I mean, there was talks that the Panthers wanted to keep their interim head coach around for next year. I mean, there were talks of it.
Yeah, I hope not.
But, I mean, Jeff Saturday could be one of those guys. I hope not, because I put dinner on it. But we'll see what happens. All right. Pull out the stats, Caden.
Yeah, we got some stats for you for this next game. The Jets and the Patriots. Austin... He told me before we recorded last episode, he goes, I'm picking the Jets. Don't pick the Jets. Okay. And then we go, and he picks the Patriots. So I picked the Jets. And I was dumb for that because there's a couple of things that just... What's wrong? There's a couple of things that are always guaranteed in life. Not in life, in football. And in life. The Niners will always beat the Rams.
Yep.
What else am I thinking of? Not this game.
The Browns will always beat the Bengals.
The Browns, yes, thank you. The Browns will always beat the Bengals, and the Patriots will always beat the Jets. They've now beat the Jets, was it 14 times in a row in the regular season? And the Jets are the more talented team this year. And you want to talk about being a quarterback away. That is the definition. Like, yeah, the Panthers you can say are a quarterback away. You could argue that they need a tight end, that they need some more receivers, and some of their defense still needs to fix out a little bit. The Jets are a quarterback away. They have an incredible defense. They completely shut down the Patriots.
Gardner will win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Completely shut down the Patriots. No offensive touchdowns. Their only touchdown was pretty much a walk-off punt return touchdown. Incredible defense by the Jets. But their offense, Zach Wilson. In the second half, Zach Wilson had more, or what am I saying? Zach Wilson and the Jets averaged 2.7 inches per play.
Not yards.
Not yards.
Not
inches.
feet.
Not feet. Not yards, not feet. Inches. For reference, if you're watching on YouTube, this iPhone right here, about 3/4 of, what's this called? The width? No, not the width. Length. Height.
Oh,
No, not width. No, length. I don't know.
Wait.
This much is about 2.7 inches. So every play, the Jets were getting that much yards. That is not going to win you a football game. I don't care how good your defense plays.
No. Defense wins championships, but you can't leave them out to dry.
Defense wins championships, and that's going off the fact that assuming
That your offense can
your
score
offense
any
can get
points.
you a couple,
maybe a yard per play.
maybe a yard, maybe
a yard per play.
3 inches.
You can run 100 plays and maybe you'll score.
I mean, maybe 3 inches. That might be a little too generous. Then the second half, we're just going to rattle some more stuff off. In the second half, the Jets' offense did not pass their own 35-yard line. Their own, not the 50, not the Patriots 35, their own 35-yard line. That's a touchback and then 10 yards. They didn't get that.
No.
They had more punts than completions. And after the game, Zach Wilson was asked, do you feel that you let your defense down at all, playing as good as they did? Do you feel like you let your defense down at all? No hesitation from Zach Wilson. No.
Yeah, the Jets coaching staff said they don't know exactly who they're going to ride with for this next week at quarterback, which is like fair enough. Joe Flacco seemed to look pretty good at the beginning of the season.
I mean, if you put Joe Flacco with this team right now, they win this game and they are cruising going into the playoffs. Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Zach Wilson overthrew, underthrew, threw around. He threw everywhere but his receivers.
Zach Wilson, I saw this right before we started. Zach Wilson, his first 20 career stats compared to Jamarcus Russell's first 20 stats, first 20 games.
If you don't remember who Jamarcus Russell is, he was the first overall pick in the 2000
I think something
draft.
like that, yeah.
Considered the biggest bust in NFL history.
Yes, we've talked about him a couple times on the show. Literally considered the biggest bust in NFL history. Jamarcus Russell, yards per attempt in his first 20 games, 6.2 yards. Zach Wilson, 6.3. Literally 0.1 yard difference. That's a lot for Zach Wilson for this game, but touchdown to interception ratio. I can't talk. Jamarcus Russell, 15 to 13. Zach Wilson, 13 to 16.
Oh, no.
Oh no is right.
Oh, Zach.
And then passer rating, Jamarcus Russell, 70.6.
That's really bad.
That's really bad. Zach Wilson, 70.7.
Yeah, Zach Wilson, look, you were him for a couple weeks there.
Because you were playing a 99-year-old Aaron Rodgers, a 4-stringer on the Dolphins.
Yep. I mean, you were him.
You were.
And now you aren't him. You are no longer him. Joe Flacco will be him. You're not.
I mean, last thing for this game, what's his name? Sauce Gardner on Twitter. There was a post that said something about, it showed like all Zach Wilson's stats for the game and the caption said like, you didn't let your defense down. And Sauce Gardner liked the post. Another Jets defender liked the post. Like 6 Jets defenders liked the post. Like you can tell that he's starting to get some heat from the locker room.
Yeah. Next game before Zach Wilson cries after hearing this podcast. Because he listens.
Yeah, he does.
All right. This was Rams and Saints. I recall a couple weeks ago you said that the Saints would not win another game with Andy Dalton as quarterback.
I did.
You were correct for a very long time there.
I did. I was patting myself on the back.
You were, and I was patting you on the back too. I was like, hey, looking pretty good. That's a pretty good prediction right there. You should have put the stipulation unless they play the Rams, because the Rams, unfortunately, are even more dysfunctional than even the Saints. Even worse than that, Cooper Kupp's injury has absolutely destroyed my fantasy team.
That's what matters.
That's what really matters. This whole thing where LA doesn't have a pick until 2057 doesn't matter. My fantasy team is cooked. Yeah, Saints won. And I don't think it's a case of the Saints won. It's that the Rams lost. Rams, you're the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You have the same record as the Cleveland Browns. It hurts me. It hurts me to say that because the Cleveland Browns are my team. Okay? And so to watch you struggle week after week and be the actual worst, most dysfunctional NFL team I have ever seen in my life, it hurts to say that you have the same record as my team. You have the same record as the Panthers. You know how much that must hurt, Caden? You hurt us, Rams. You don't just hurt your fans. You don't just hurt yourselves. You hurt us.
Yeah. I mean, all these...
Ban you from the league.
Keep going, bro. You have no fans.
You don't. Every home game is an away game for you. You have no fans. No one shows up to your stadium.
So they're really disappointing nobody, except for everyone else.
They disappoint their moms. And even they might not be disappointed because their sweet babies are playing football.
Yeah, like, all these bad teams who's really disappointed. Yeah, it's been a lost season for them, but they have a high draft pick to look forward to. But then the Browns, they got Deshaun Watson to look forward to. Like, everyone's got something to look forward to.
Right. There's
a
silver lining
yes.
in every losing team season.
Except for this Rams team. They traded away all of their picks, like you said, till 2057. They have...
I have no idea if that's correct, by the way. I just pick a new number every time.
You physically cannot trade that far out, so no. They have negative, 100 quadrillion thousand in cap space. And they have... I mean, their core of Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford could be gone in a year or two. They're getting old. They're clearly not winning. Like, what's the point of just wasting your life? And then there's things.
It's like Tom Brady, who's like he was still winning when he came back.
And then there's just things that say once Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford and Aaron Donald are gone, then Sean McVay's gone as well, and then you're just complete rebuild. So Rams fan,
Singular.
I hope you enjoyed your Super Bowl. I hope it was worth this, which I'm sure it was. I mean, obviously, yeah.
Now I don't know if I'd trade for it.
I would trade it. Because if the Panthers win a Super Bowl, normally you're going to be good for multiple years to come.
Right. But if this was the outcome, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather be mediocre a couple years in a row. So, Caden very accurately predicted this one. Tell you what, this was Lions and New York Jets.
Yep. Giants.
Oh my goodness, Giants. I literally thought to myself, I got to pick the right New York team.
You did this last week, too.
Got to pick the right one.
Mm-hmm.
New York Giants. I had picked the Giants, and I said that the Giants are the kind of team that the games are close, but they always squeak out the win. Caden said he feels that way. I said that the Lions are that way, except they always squeak out the lose. So I'm going to take the Giants. Caden said that the Lions were going to take this one, and it wasn't going to be close. The score is 31-18. This was not a close game.
Mm-hmm. It was more than that, too. The Giants scored at the very end of the game.
Yeah. Good job, Caden. I'm taking that one.
I mean, I said last week that I believe in the Jets more than the Giants. I mean, I don't believe in either team really much right now, but this Giants team, I mean, they were getting wins at the beginning of the season, but their last couple of games, they lost pretty bad to the Seahawks. Granted, the Seahawks are a good team.
Yeah.
But they lost pretty bad to the Seahawks, and now they've lost to the Lions, who, I mean, Lions have won 3 straight now.
It's true.
Unfortunately.
Second in the NFC North.
Yes. Unfortunately, probably are going to come crashing to the ground on Thursday because they play the Bills on Thanksgiving. But for the time being, they've won 3 in a row, which is probably the first time in ever. And yeah, I mean, they're winning games. DeAndre Swift, they have a great backfield, and DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift gets them all the way down there, and then they give it to Jamal Williams. He just like boom, boom, boom. That's trucking people if you didn't know. Boom, boom, boom.
That's the sound it makes when you truck someone.
Yeah, they go boom, boom.
In case you've never experienced that.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. I truck people in the backyard when we play football. And then he trucks people in the end zone. He's just unstoppable. It's great. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is a great receiver. And the Lions are winning games, and it's exciting to see. We said at the beginning of the year that we're high on the Lions, and they really disappointed. But maybe maybe they're proving us wrong after originally proving us wrong. They're proving us wrong twice in the span of a year.
If you ever want some nice motivation, if you're ever feeling down about yourself, if you ever need a little extra boost, you want to go get some, and maybe, you know, you got like a big game coming up, a playoff game for your sport, and you really want to win, you want to get hyped. Go to YouTube and look up like Dan Campbell, like pregame speech. That guy gets into it.
Mm-hmm.
That Lions coach gets into it.
Yeah, I'm super happy for him because there was a lot of talks when they were losing games. They go, as much as it hurts to say, maybe Dan Campbell isn't the guy for the Lions. You know, like he's all this talk, like all this stuff, but he just can't pull out a win. And now they've rattled out 3 straight. Maybe he is. Maybe he is a good coach. So, which is exciting.
Hopefully.
No.
Oopsies.
Oh, there's not much to say about this one.
Yeah, this was a pretty normal football game. This is the most normal football game we've had this week.
This year.
This year, that's true. Could have predicted this one from a mile away. Commanders. Oh,
he said it.
I said the forbidden word.
He said it.
Austin, last episode, do you remember what you said?
I remember what I said.
Dude, your face when you said that. Oh my gosh.
It's been a pleasure.
That was. You're quitting?
Yeah.
Austin is shaking hands with me and Debbie. Austin is no longer.
Am I taking his place
Welcome
now?
to the K and K podcast. No, K and D. K and D podcast. Debbie is a D.
Oh, facts. Yeah,
But yeah.
we all knew that.
Yeah. Debbie.
Kaden knows how letter
I can't
works.
quit. I get paid too much for this.
Maybe now you're gonna start calling them Commanders.
Okay, so the football team.
Dude, your face made me.
I'll edit it out. I'll edit it out.
No. You can't do that.
You can do that.
I can do that. We're live though, so
Oh, no.
so our one viewer right now,
Let's
we love you. They will forever see that, Austin.
Let's go. One viewer.
Oof. So the football team ended up winning 23-10 against the Texans. And I'm gonna stop talking about this game.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't much to say. I mean, Texas or Washington is just a better team. And they've really. Heineke was named the starter, like for good now, which is awesome. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Beast. He's swaggy. But yeah.
He took Kirk Thuggins' job.
Oh, he did. Hey, I would also like to say I'm a genius for picking this too. The Battle of the Disappointments and the Raiders were less disappointing. Couldn't think about what the name was.
Oh my.
Wow, that's bad. It's almost worse than my dish.
Even though their name is on the
That's pretty bad. This is good.
I need
Great.
to go home.
So yeah, the Raiders won, but just barely. They're the best player on that team, Devontae Adams,
For sure.
he caught the game-winning pass, scored that game-winning touchdown. This is what you should have been doing all year. You should be winning games with Devontae Adams. I don't know why you weren't doing that. And yet again, guess what? The Broncos didn't score 18 points.
Mm-hmm. If
They wouldn't have won this one.
they would have, because it wouldn't have gone to overtime.
The Broncos would have won this one if they would have scored 18 points.
Yeah, would have been 9-1. And you know the craziest part about this, I mean the Broncos offense looked great in the beginning. And it was like, oh, because their head coach Nathaniel Hackett was relieved of his play calling duties. Oh, only took 11 weeks.
So what does he do now?
He stands there and is like, I'm getting a lot of money.
What's a head coach good for if he doesn't call the plays?
He's standing there getting a lot of money.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah. But you know, the Broncos, they're like, we're struggling. You know? Our offense kind of consists of nothing. And Melvin Gordon.
It consists of a bank robber and potato sacks.
Yeah. Melvin Gordon, he can score sometimes, but we don't want that. So let's cut him. Let's not. Oh, I guess trade that last pass. Let's cut our starting running back. It's a smart idea.
Tank
So
season.
now you don't have. Oh, tank season for what? Because you don't have your picks either because you traded them to the Seahawks.
I don't know. Tank season. They're like everyone else is doing it. Let's get on the ring, guys. Tank season. Let's go.
Let's go. But yeah, now they don't have him. And then What happened? Chase Edmonds. Something happened. Did they cut him as well? I don't know. Something happened to him. So now they have Latavius Murray as their only running back.
Which, again, bigger priorities here. Melvin Gordon was on Caden's fantasy team.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to hint to. They're like, oh, wait, Caden, you have Cooper Kupp? Oh, yeah. So now you had to get a new player to like put in your lineup? Yeah. Okay, so you picked Melvin Gordon? Okay, so you're going to try to squeeze in the playoffs? Okay. We're going to get rid of that player for you? Okay, yeah, you're welcome.
Your playoff push is dead.
Yeah. Unless, Devontae Adams can keep doing what he's doing and get me like 40 every week, but
That'd be kind of cool.
would be. Oh, man.
What a statement win from the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys played the Minnesota Vikings, and they absolutely pummeled them.
Yeah, that's not a typo.
It is 40-3. They won 40-3. Minnesota, what happened?
You know what happened? Is they played at 425.
They didn't play at 1? That's...
Like, it's...
Kirk, I don't understand.
Like, people... Like, there's the memes all the time, and people can be like, oh, they can't win if they're not playing at 1. Like, it's
becoming
legit.
concerning.
Like, it is legit. Like, I don't know how this is a thing. How? Like, the time you're playing should not affect your team. But it's actually, like... Does it make sense to you?
It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why this is the case. They put up 3 points after literally what has been deemed by many the game of the year last week, game of ever against the Bills. And you put up 3 points against the Cowboys, who, may I remind you, lost to Green Bay last week.
Right.
What?
Tony Pollard, whatever
Oh
you
my
want to say, is a top 5 running back
Yes.
in the NFL. And he is sitting behind Zeke.
Tony Pollard had obviously led the game in rushing yards. Dak Prescott was second in rushing yards for the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott had 17 rushing yards. Jerry Jones. I know that for some reason you really, really like Ezekiel Elliott.
He was good for his first 3 seasons.
He was. He was a beast at Ohio State. He was a beast his first 3 years. I loved watching him. I loved when he jumped into that big Santa
Salvation
Bowl.
Army. Oh, that was
Salvation
awesome.
Army Bowl. That was fantastic. I loved that. But he's older now. He's still good. You can trade him somewhere else for, I don't know, probably a 4th round pick.
Sure.
Why not? He's still good. You can give him to a team that's like needs a solid veteran running back. But Tony Pollard's the future. He's good.
He is a superstar, is the word you're looking for.
That's the word I was looking for. I just couldn't find it. But statement win for the Cowboys.
And you know what's very scary is Washington now Washington. Oh my God. Minnesota. Jeez. Minnesota plays Thanksgiving at 8:15.
That's not good.
I don't care if they're playing the Texans. They're losing.
If they lose to the Texans at 8:15,
They don't play the Texans.
okay. I was like, there's no way they play the Texans. The Texans don't play on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But yeah,
Who
I think they play the Patriots. But they should beat the Patriots. The Patriots just scored no
Scored
offensive
10
touchdowns.
points against the Jets.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we'll have to pick all 3 Thanksgiving games at the end of this, but
right. Ooh. All right, next game here, Debbie. Look, guys, I don't know what this is. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know why this score says that the Bengals beat the Steelers 37-30. Because last I checked, the Steelers suck at football, and the Bengals went to the Super Bowl last year. So I don't know why that score says that they only beat them by a touchdown. I don't know.
I do.
Go ahead, tell me.
This is how the Bengals played football last year, and this is how they went to the Super Bowl. They outscored people and played no defense.
It's a great theory because it's true. And you know, once playoff time comes around, because the Bengals will make the playoffs, they will. Evan McPherson will re-return to his playoff caliber,
He's booting like 70 yarders.
80-yard field goals because he can. And I don't know why that game happened. This was one of the crazier games.
It was a good game. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it's weird. Weird week. This should be the last game up, I think.
No, there's a Sunday night game.
Yeah, Sunday night game. I said this next one's the last one. But I meant.
Yeah.
Might not have been clear.
So, before
Story time.
before we go into this game, someone who I'm not going to talk about is a Justin Herbert hater. Not just like not unbeliever. I think he's a hater.
Closeted hater.
Okay.
One of those.
How are you? Tell me how you're expected to win when you have no Mike Williams, you have no Keenan Allen, and you're throwing to Gerald Everett and Josh Palmer, and then when they finally come back, Mike Williams gets hurt on his first catch. You again are going against with no receivers against. You're just going against like the best team in the NFL.
No big deal.
And they go and they scored a touchdown with like 2 minutes to go to take the lead. They played that good, but it's the Chiefs, so it's like once they're down, you just have to automatically give them a touchdown because it's going to happen anyway. So they got the touchdown and then it was over. But Herbert is a great quarterback. That's all I gotta say.
Herbert's struggling. Look, he's not struggling because he's bad. He's struggling because he doesn't have anyone to throw to. I'll say that for him. I'll say that for Aaron Rodgers. I keep the same thing for both. If you don't have receivers, you can't throw, you can't make completions. You're bad. I agree with you that I think he's still hurt. I think he's still struggling. I think that he's not forcing any throws. I think that he's playing conservative, and that's not going to win you games, especially when you don't have good receivers that can go and break 450 on a slant. You have to force the throws into the tight windows, and he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, first drive, he chucked like 3 deep balls, and they scored in like 3 plays. Why didn't they keep doing that?
It's a genius idea. Revolutionary.
It is.
That's literally like the Chiefs strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek's down there somewhere.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Kelsey is.
Now, Tua's got Tyreek down there somewhere, and
And he
Kelsey's
underthrows
underneath
him.
somewhere. And he hurdles everyone and trucks them all, and
He goes.
takes it. Yeah, that's what he does. But yeah, like you said, the Chiefs, I'll say it every single, I was watching this game, I saw that the Chargers scored, and there was time left on the clock. The 2-minute warning hit, and then they immediately scored. And I was like, well, Chiefs won. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Literally, I do believe that the Chiefs can be down by multiple scores with 10 seconds left. And I would sit there and I'd be like, with 10 seconds left, multiple scores down, and I'd be like, yeah, they got this. Yeah, they'll win. I'd put money on it.
Yeah. I mean, I was big rooting for the Chargers last night. And when the Chargers scored, I was like, nah, they lost. And so I literally, tell me how many times anyone that I would do this during a football game this close towards the end. I went downstairs, I brushed my teeth, and I came back upstairs while the game was going on because I just knew the Chiefs were going to score. I came upstairs, the Chiefs are at the 22. I'm like, oh, yep, it's over. I see them score, turn the TV off, game over, I go to bed.
We're going to score. The Chiefs, I do believe, are the best team in football right now. I think just give them the trophy now. No reason to play the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see.
they're incredible.
My Super Bowl pick, Bills, could still happen.
This game is tonight, the Niners and the Cardinals in Mexico City. Kyler Murray is ruled out because of Call of Duty, and it should be a 49ers blowout.
I'm so glad that all of those Mexicans...
No, sorry.
They live in Mexico.
No, I was glad. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Put that out.
Yeah.
That all these Mexicans saved their hard-earned money to go ahead and buy tickets to watch the great spectacle of Jimmy Garoppolo and Colt McCoy. Ooh,
Thankfully, it's not
thrilling.
Thankfully, it's not the first game in Mexico City like Germany. There has been a game there before.
Right.
But yeah, it's gonna be lame.
This is what we did to England this first couple of years. We just sent them like our worst teams and said, enjoy football.
Yeah, we sent them the Jaguars for like 6 years straight.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
So this game's tonight, and then obviously we have 3 games on Thanksgiving, which the NFL very wisely did not give to Amazon Prime. I think they still gave them the night game, but
Who cares? No one watches.
no
that
one watches the
because
night game. Everyone's
passed out.
asleep from turkey anyways. So the first 2 games the NFL still has to whatever, Fox, NBC, CBS, whoever has those ones.
Mhm.
And they're going to make so much money because everyone has football on when they watch Thanksgiving. Or when they
they're-
watch Thanksgiving.
Yes.
While they eat football,
No.
they watch Thanksgiving. It's a whole thing.
That's what we
My
do.
family does it every year. We love it. we play backyard Thanksgiving. It's
We play backyard things.
So-
okay.
The like you said, the Bills play the Lions. I'm gonna take Bills.
Yeah.
I think we all saw that one coming.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bills as well. I would love to say the Lions are gonna win 4 straight, beat the Bills. It's not gonna happen.
The Giants play Dallas.
That's gonna be a good game.
Should be a good game. I hope it's a good game.
Mhm.
That's always a good rivalry game.
It is.
I am going to take Dallas for that game.
Yeah, me as
which,
well. I mean,
if they wouldn't have gone 40 against the Vikings, there would have been some consideration in my mind to take New York.
but at the same time, the Giants also just lost.
Right.
They're on a little bit of a skid. So
Right. So I'm going to take Cowboys. And then it's Vikings.
Patriots.
We said that.
Yeah.
Vikings, Patriots. It's tough. It's really tough because I do think the Vikings are the better team, but they're playing at 8:15 and not one primetime game. Primetime Kirk is not good Kirk,
Primetime Kirk is not good Kirk.
but I'm going to take a roll of the dice, taking the Vikings.
I physically can't get myself to pick the Patriots. I don't know if I've picked them all year. Like,
Yeah.
I can't think of a
I
game
don't
that I've
think you
picked them because I don't think they're a good team. I think the Vikings are a good team. However, they are playing at 8:15. I can't get myself to pick against them in a game like this. If they're playing any other average team, I think I'm going with the other team.
Yeah.
Because it's 8:15, but it's so sad that we have to make that a factor. The time of the game.
Kirk, you got to get it together, man.
Like,
I don't
it's
know what
actually
that is.
like that's
I don't know what that is. You got to fix that.
you're
though.
not gonna go far in the playoffs if you can't win if it's not
Guess
1
what?
o'clock.
Playoffs are nighttime games.
The
You
NFL
don't
is not gonna be
play-
like, oh, we'll let you play at 1.
You don't play 1 o'clock playoff games.
There's a noon.
Yeah, but you're not going to get that every single
Yeah.
week. Like, once you hit, further than the wild card round, you're screwed.
It's ridiculous.
Either way. So let's jump into real quick what the scores look like. So Caden's got 91, correct, and I have 75, right? And Caden's at 56%, and I'm at 46%. And I don't know if you can hear me or not, because I'm kind of mumbling, because I'm kind of down on myself about this. But,
Austin, he's been practicing at home. He's going like Joey Chestnut mode, and he's just like he's buying a bunch of waffles, and he's just
I've bought like 15 boxes of those Eggo waffles. I've just been pounding them, just like trying my best to train for the Waffle House.
Yeah, but he needs to eat like 4 of those to equal 1 Waffle House.
Yeah, you don't have to remind me how big Waffle House waffles are. It's gonna be tough, guys.
It will be a very fun video for Debbie and I to record and be a part of. I am very much looking forward to that day.
It's gonna be so good. Like, I don't know exactly how we're gonna pull it off with like the staff and everything, but
No,
I kind of think that
it's a
they won't
Waffle
care
House.
at all.
It's
Yeah.
a Waffle House.
Dog,
Yeah,
yeah,
facts.
They
they're
deal
all
with like felons, felons that eat at Waffle House.
maybe we'll run
Facts.
into one.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll have
Awesome.
Austin. We'll have Austin mic'd up. We're gonna have a
Oh,
whole
it's
thing.
gonna be so
It's gonna be
good.
so good.
But like, yeah, I mean, this is a very common like fantasy football punishment, like sports
They
punishment.
normally don't record with what Debbie's gonna bring to a Waffle House, though.
What are you gonna bring the whole?
Debbie's gonna bring.
Debbie's
Like,
gonna
I'm not
go
gonna
in
bring
and-
all the lights and everything.
Yeah, we have these huge like.
We're gonna have a boom
you know,
mic.
Yeah, like picture day. You got those big honking lights, and they take your picture, and it like
blinds
gives you
you
a
because
seizure because it goes dun, 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 like boom.
Yeah, that's basically what we have.
Yeah, we have 2 of those.
We just have like 3.
We're
of
gonna
those.
bring them. We're gonna set them on the table.
so we get the right lighting.
We're gonna have a microphone. We're not even gonna like use a mic. We're
gonna use a
bring-
lav. We'll be fine.
We're gonna use a hand. And he's gonna have to hold a mic with one hand, eat with the
It's,
other.
it's gonna be one of those like big ones that like Caden's gonna have to hold, like
Yeah, that's
like
a boom
this.
mic. That's a boom
Yeah,
mic.
I'm
Also.
It's gonna be more of a punishment for me to do this for the whole day.
Oh, I just get to eat waffles.
ASMR. Austin spoonful.
Oh, that's definitely gonna
of
happen.
Waffles
I hope we
in
get-
his mouth.
I think boredom is gonna be a big factor after about an hour.
Yeah, facts.
It's
So
gonna
you'll have
suck.
visitors.
And your stomach is gonna be absolutely packed.
hey,
I'm praying for a miracle. I need to come back.
you better hope this isn't during like cut season.
How far are you? You're like 11 points. I can't. Can I do
That is
math?
not
No,
11.
that's
That is
16.
not 11.
That's the most. Yeah, 16, right?
It keeps widening every week.
It
No,
is
it's- I can't do mental math. That's fine.
16.
Is it?
Yes, it's 16.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Ha. Wait.
Is this the biggest margin
Yes.
it's been all year?
Let's go.
It's
It's the
definitely
biggest margin, I believe. Yeah, because you started off with like 10 or 13 or something like that. And then I think a couple weeks ago you were at like 13 again, and now you're at 16.
Going into the year, I did not know what to expect from the pick'ems. I didn't know if it was just going to be like I didn't expect it to be one-sided. Like, you literally have not had a lead all year. Like,
Thanks,
I expected.
thanks, Caden. Thank you.
I expected like
Thanks for
everyone.
pointing that out.
Also didn't see that until you pointed that out.
I didn't realize that I haven't had a lead all year.
Well, no.
I think that I need to stop playing in primetime slots. I'm playing in primetime every week.
You're right.
We record at 4 o'clock some days. We record at like 8 o'clock some days. We've never recorded at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, we have. Oh, not for the pick'ems.
We've never recorded for pick'ems at 1 o'clock. I need a 1 o'clock slot. Then it's all
Maybe
me.
we can get you that, Austin.
No.
Maybe we can
1
figure
o'clock
something
slot.
out.
You got like about, what week is it? 12? You got 6 weeks to make it up. Good luck.
Yeah, we got this, guys. Anyway, this was the week 11 recap. Yeah, it's been tough, guys. It's been a rough go, but we hope you enjoyed the recap. And as always, go Team USA.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Thank you for watching another episode of K&A Football. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and Instagram, and you can listen to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
If you want to listen to our last video, literally just click our page and go to it. You're already on the page. It's not that hard. Just go find it.